that's what I helped build in Republic Aviation. You know how I got my job at Republic? I went into Republic after I graduated. I worked for Pioneer Ice Cream, where my dad worked as a, I was going to say accountant, but not quite that. When the trucks would come in, they'd hand their papers in. You had to check off the ice cream they had, the money they had, and match it up before they could go home. And you had to be pretty precise. And before that, if I could add up 2 and 2 was 4 after a couple of minutes, was good. When I finished the summer for that thing, I could add up figures of 10 figures and give you the answers just like that.
Wow.
I mean, it was really a big help because everything was manual and with adding machines. And so I went looking for work, and so I went down to Republic Aviation at the end of the summer. And this is before World War II started. And went into their trailer. And of course, there's a lot of fellows that were there, young guys like myself, who had graduated from Hemphill, which was a airplane engine and body mechanic school. So when you graduated, you could do engine work, body work, or anything else. And there were a lot of them. So when they went in, these guys are all being interviewed, and they say, "Oh, you're a graduate of that." So, no, we don't have anything. No, we don't. Now, I had nothing other than high school. And so when my turn was come, I said, "No, that's it." And he said, "He's sorry, but if they have any openings, he'll give me a call." So I got up and aimed for the door. Before I got to the door, the guy said, Ed, come back here a minute. I said, "What is it?" He said, "I see it on here, on your application, you have typing, where it says, what things can you operate?" I put typing down as a machine. And I said, "Yeah, I can type." He said, "Can you do 60 words a minute?" Well, I don't know, I could do 48 maybe, but I said, "Yeah, I could do that." He said, "Good, start tomorrow morning. The new plant is just opening, and in the new plant, every section had a supervisor's enclosure in glass, no top to it. So in the drop hammer department, there was one of these. In the forging was another one, and another one, so each one. Whereas in the old section, everybody was in the main office. But now they're going to be moved onto the floor. But women could not work on the floor then.
Oh, okay.
So they needed somebody to type. So he said, "Sure." So the next morning, I went in, started. And I went into the booth where they told me to go, and nobody's there. And I asked the guy that was going by, I said, "You know where the supervisor is?" He said, "Well, he's a little late, just sit." So I sat, and he finally came in. And of course, it's like 10 o'clock now. I'd been there since 8, and he's kind of reeking a little bit of like alcohol. And so said hello and so forth. I said, "You have any type?" "Yeah." He said, "I want you to type this out." He gives me a piece of paper, and I sit down to type right and type it. "Meeting at 4:30 in room such and such." And he said, "Make 10 of those up and distribute them to 10 of the other supervisors." I said, "Okay." I did that, and that way I got to know the plant. And the next day I come in, nothing to do. He said, "Just walk around." He said, "But when you walk around, always carry a big clipboard and plans." Because there was plans for everything, you know, for the wings, for fins, for everything else. He said, "Carry it around." Well, I happened to be, since I was in office, was office worker, which was the same as a supervisor, white. And so when I walked down the aisle, I mean, the guy's going, this, that, you know. So I got to know the whole place with this white button. And I never typed another thing for him. And I asked him to be transferred, and I was, to the drop hammer thing on it. But that was interesting. I got it because I put down typing. They were looking for somebody to be able to be in a noisy place and kind of dirty place for just that. only on that base. And here are all these highly skilled guys going out the door without a job, you know. So it shows you never know what you can put on your application that could be a good find, you know.